I'm sorry, but I had a draft discussion today. It was really bad. Hi, and welcome to Buffalo's pregame show for Week 11 against the Fish. Alright, top story, the Bills, last two games 0-2, and the Dolphins, they started to get it going, Justin. So what do you think that's going to have significance on this game?
Honestly, every game is one game at a time. The Bills have faced basically both Ryan brothers in the last 2 weeks, and I'm sure that Rex gave Rob his game plan. I'm pretty sure the Dolphins don't have that. I think that the Dolphins are an inferior team compared to the Cowboys and the Jets.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that this is a much different game, and I want to see Miami's quarterbacks just getting attacked. I want to see them going down.
I think Darius, the number 99 will definitely get in there, and I can't wait to wait for that. All right, so let's do the breakdown. How does the injuries to the offensive line affect our ability to stop the rush? Obviously, Reggie Bush, you said, we're talking about this, you said he's a one-dimensional player. What do you think they're going to do with us?
Honestly, losing Kyle Williams is just a big hurt. Even though he wasn't playing at 100%, he was commanding a lot of respect, and the Bills were not getting rushed up the middle while he was still semi-healthy.
Now we lost Eric Wood.
Well, that's on the other side, but to be able to stop Reggie Bush, he's not in between the tackle runner. You have to rely on your outside backers, and losing Chris Kelsey, I'm not the biggest fan of him, but you know what? He's been getting the job done this year.
Yeah.
So him being hurt and not at 100%, that's going to hurt. Having Spencer Johnson in open space, why the hell would you use a D tackle as an outside backer? Makes no sense to me.
All right, let's talk about time of possession. The Bills' offense, obviously, in the last two games, hasn't overcome the other defense. So, what do you think is going to take place? What do you think is going to take place in this game?
Well, you have to control the trenches. Losing Williams, as I was saying, hurts a lot. Darius needs to step up. Kellen Hurd needs to step up on the offensive side. Either Levitre or Urbic has big shoes to fill, covering for Eric Wood. And that also means that either Chad Reinhardt or Colin Brown will probably be on the field. And they need to step up. The way that good teams stay good throughout a season is those younger guys. When the starters get hurt, they fill in. They do their job.
Now let's bring this up point. I'm going to skip the Reggie Bush because I think he'll be minimalized. He'll maybe get a good amount of yards. But let's talk about that. The Bills have to step up. These injuries, they've killed us. Now, we talk about this. Every team gets injuries. We know this. How do the Bills, how do their coaching staff make sure that they get back into this season?
Well, the simple thing is you got to keep the guys you do have healthy. You look at the guys that they do have on IR. Those are some substantial players there. Wood and Williams and Merriman, most notable.
Yeah.
But you will have Kelsey coming back. You will have George Wilson coming back. You got to have all these people getting healthy, and you got to keep
It's a long season.
You got to keep developing your backups. That's a big thing there. You can't just solely rely on your starters. Otherwise, you end up like Indianapolis.
All right. Let's talk about Spencer Johnson. Did you talk about that? Yeah.
I did mention that. Yeah.
All right.
The thing that our producer was wanting to say is, will Anthony Fasano, take advantage of Spencer Johnson and Danny Batten? I don't think that Johnson will be on the field against in obvious passing situations. It wouldn't make any sense. Danny Batten, he's a bit of a rusher, but I think he's athletic enough to give some coverage. I think that the inside backers will have their hands full more with Fasano, though.
All right, now let's talk about this. Obviously, these last two losses, the big question is the playoff picture still alive? And I looked on the WGR poll, and they asked that same question, which I think is why this is important. And a lot of fans said no. I think the only reason that this would not be attainable is because our division, you know, the Pats and the Jets are just so much better than us. The Jets shut us down. We have all these injuries, and I don't think we can keep up with the Jets, and I think the Pats is squeaking a wild card.
Realistically speaking, I was pointing out before we started filming, I don't give a crap about a playoff picture at this point in the season. Just win.
I think you got it.
That's just it. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Play one game at a time, do your job. And then at the end of the season, you'll see how the chips fall.
It's a good way of looking at it. You gotta and then you can't look into the future too much.
Well, that's just it. If you start worrying about what the team ahead of you is doing and the team over there, well,
I just think it's fun to do. And when they were winning, that was what we were able to do. And it's just kind of depressing now we can't do that.
I look at it as more, all right, you got this. All right, we're 5-2. Let's make it 6-2, as opposed to, oh crap, what are the Jets going to do? What are the Patriots going to do?
And you got to worry about that, man.
You cannot do that, though.
That's just it.
An elite team doesn't give a crap what the competition does. They just run them over.
All right, we disagree. Now let's do the topic of the session. I can't even read that.
Who do we root for in baseball, basketball, and soccer?
Okay. I am a soccer player, so I am completely into soccer. Obviously, there's no real professional sports soccer teams in this area. Root for FC Buffalo, but I'm a Manchester United fan. I'm also a Yankees fan, and I don't really follow basketball, but if I did, I guess I'd root for the Knicks.
Holy bandwagon.
I gotta go with the New York's. I know nothing about basketball at all.
Alright, well, for me, I'm a Blue Jay fan. I grew up in the area. I remember Joe Carter hitting the big home run off Mitch Williams. Got to rep Toronto for that. For basketball, any team that's playing the Miami Heat. That's as simple as that. I hate what they did to basketball. And for soccer, I root for Sean's rival team there.
New Man City?
No, not City. I root for Spurs. Yeah, I root for Tottenham Hotspur, so that's where I stand as far as those three sports.
Whatever. Alright, keys and picks. My key to the game is need to get this offense going again. They've been shut down the last 2 games. They need to step it up to show the league that they're not dead. And Fitzpatrick just got that new contract. I want to see some crap out of him. Alright, what's yours?
Well, you got to keep developing the backups. That's the biggest thing there. You have injured starters. Those guys that are on the field right now better do their damn jobs. That's what it comes down to. Otherwise, you know what will happen.
Alright, we'll do picks right now, but I'm going to say this before I do my pick. The last 2 games I think have really been big tests for us against teams that quite honestly are some of the best teams in the NFL. So, you know, I'm going to pick the Bills to revert back to the original, what they were doing before, and just, you know, a high-scoring game. And I'm going to say like 34-20 Bills.
I actually agree with you there. I do think that the Bills need to get back to where they were. And again, Dallas and New York are just better teams than the Dolphins. That's as simple as that.
Exactly.
So I think the Bills will have a reversion back to the form they had at the beginning of the season. I'm going to say right along the same lines. I'm going to say the Bills 28-21.
All right.
Squish the fish.
Squish the fish. Join us next week for the Jersey Jets.
Joyzy.